one should be unattached to the fruits. Very essential. The very fact that we are struggling in this material world, being attached to the fruits, showcases that we are having a fruitive mentality. And one who is in fruitive mentality always seeks sense gratification. The tendency to enjoy the fruits. That is the biggest misconception. So that is why the Lord here very beautifully says, Ana ashritaha, without shelter. So ashray is one of the most important aspects of life for the spirit. The spiritual soul, its very important aspect is ashray, shelter. Unfortunately, today we are taking shelter of results, material results. Somebody is judged if he's successful, if he's got results, isn't it? Unfortunately, such a person becomes lazy if he doesn't get results. He becomes depressed if he doesn't get results. So it's results which are making him happy or distressed. So we are externally controlled. And Krishna is saying here, the Lord is saying, is unattached to the fruits of his work and who works as he is obligated in the renounced order of life. He is obligated. This is my duty. I have to do this. Unfortunately, in the material world, people do say that I have a duty to perform, but it is not the right center. He is a true mystic, not he who lights no fire nor performs work. So it's not that one has to give up work and try to say, नहीं नहीं अब मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में बहुत प्रॉब्लम है, प्रभु जी लोगों की जिंदगी अच्छी है, ज़्यादा टेंशन नहीं, अपने हिसाब से जीते रहना, जब चाहो सो जाओ, जब चाहो उठो, ऐसा नहीं. It's not like that. In fact, Prabhupada says we work more harder than the karmis. Prabhupada says I am a 70-year-old man, I am traveling all over the world, I am working more than you. So that's a true mystic. That's a true devotee. Not a devotee who makes a fuss, just shows he's very serious in bhakti. After some time you see him snoring on the bed. Wake him up, Prabhu, आज तो मंगल आरती उठे, got up very early. So Krishna is saying here, one has to perform work. Sannyas does not mean wearing a dress, isn't it? Sannyas does not mean wearing a dress. Sannyas means to give up that fruity mentality. Satnyasi, one who serves the ultimate truth, the absolute truth, who is eager to serve the absolute truth. He is a sannyasi. Each one of us should become a sannyasi. One who works for the pleasure of Krishna, who is unattached to the results but is obligated to work for Krishna because he loves Krishna. Let's go to the second verse. Yam sanyasamiti prahu yogam tam vidi pandava nahi yasanyasta sankalpo yogi bhavati kaschana. What is called renunciation is the same as yoga. See? Renunciation is the same as yoga. What is the yoga? Or linking oneself with the Supreme. You have to keep yourself linked with the Supreme. It's like in the watches, no? There are gears, small gears. So the small gear will move, big gear will move. Small gear moves, then little bigger one, then bigger one. It's linked. So So it keeps on moving, this will also move, this will also move. So we can be spiritually situated only if we are linked with the Lord. If our actions are linked with the Lord, if our thoughts are linked with the Lord, if our feelings are linked with the Lord, that means we act for the Lord because He is my whole, He is my Amshi, I am His Amshi. See, very beautifully, Prabhupada is saying renunciation is not an artificial imposition. It's actually the nature. Actually, if you serve and please Krishna, it is not at all artificial. Your true self is pleased. It's just like you feed the stomach food. Automatically, your hands, legs, everyone is pleased, nourished. It's got strength. It's got vigor. It's automatic. It's natural. It's organical. But see in the material world how we are struggling to just satisfy these false senses, this temporary mind. And because of that, what's happening? We are becoming depressed. We are becoming more anxious. Anxiety. छोटे छोटे बच्चों को anxiety हो गया. School going kids. Why? So much of competition. And not to speak of college. कितनी anxiety है. After 4 years, will I get a job? What is the guarantee? You work hard. After 4 years, you're going from one door to another. Sir, please give me no grief. I will make you your master. Make me your servant. Get out. No vehicles. See, that's what's happening. Because mismanagement. Kali Yuga means full of mismanagement. Everybody is greedy. Everybody wants to become the master. Nobody wants to be a good servant. So that's how no linking with the Supreme. For no one can become a yogi unless he renounces the desire for sense gratification. See, so many people doing yoga. Actually, they're not doing yoga. They're just doing one aspect of yoga. What is that? What is that? What is that called as asanas? Many people are doing only asanas and pranayama. Controlling the body, the air circulation and flexing the body. That's how. Prabhupada says very nicely, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, if you don't control your senses, yoga is meant for Indriya Samyama. Yoga is meant for Indriya Samyama, control of the senses. Your senses should be dictated by you, not vice versa. The senses are dictating us. अभी नींद आ रही, सो जा. बहुत भूख लगी है, खाना है, खा लेते हैं. आज एकादशी स्पेशल आइटम बनाओ. अगले अगले एकादशी में फास्टिंग करेंगे, ये एकादशी में खा लेंगे. So ultimately dictates. The senses are dictating. So yoga means when your mind is completely absorbed in Krishna, sense dictation automatically becomes subdued. Automatically becomes subdued. And that's how actually gradually become the master of your senses, your mind. Because they are following your dictates. That's the whole progress. If we are in Krishna consciousness, we are not able to control these senses, the mind. What's happening? We are not making. That's why very nicely Krishna says here, unless he renounces the desire for sense gratification. Real sannyas yoga or bhakti means that one should know his constitutional position as the living entity and act accordingly. So here Prabhupada is saying to be, our being tendency. We want to be. So we have to be a servant of Krishna. Just like anybody you ask, क्या बनना है तुमको? Being. Doctor बनना है. I want to be, He has a goal to be something. So to be something, first of all, you should be clear what you want to be. Say you're going to sit and chant. What do you want to be when you're chanting? Do you want to be a student when you're chanting of Parol University? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, ये problem होगा, ये मैडम अच्छी नहीं, ये professor बेकार है. Whole mala is going on being. What is the being? I am student of Parol. But when you're sitting with someone who is relating with you, you're supposed to be in connection with that person. Understood? So when the Lord is coming, you're inviting the Lord. What are you supposed to be? Nam Sevak. When you're reading Bhagavad Gita, what are you supposed to be? Bhagavad Gita Sevak. Now you're sitting with Bhagavad Gita and thinking of E is equal to MC squared. Where in Bhagavad Gita Krishna might have said this? Understood? Some other subject matter is running. You're relating with that subject matter. So to be is very important. What do you want to be? We have to be very clear. Every japa session we sit for, you should know I should be a japa sevak. Nam sevak. What does the Nam sevak do? The process is that you chant Hare Krishna and exactly same sound you hear. So the Nam sevak is always focused on this. I have to hear uninterruptedly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that when the jiva just realizes this fact, I am an eternal servant of the Lord, all these problems are Jiv Krishna Das ए विश्वास correlate are दुख नहीं. Jeev Krishna Das, a Vishwas, you should have firm faith. I am the eternal servant of Krishna. Arthar Sukh, दुख होना है. Finished. दुख. But क्या है? Immediately अगले moment में हम क्या बन जाते हैं? मायादास. सारे दुख चालू. All karma starts. Fructifying. Yesterday, I think we were reading how being in Sattva Guna, material reactions will not fructify. See how powerful it is. That's why Prabhupada mentions through the gunas you can get liberated. Through which guna? Sattva Guna. The living entity has no separate independent identity. He is the marginal energy of the Supreme. When he is entrapped by material energy, he is conditioned. And when he is Krishna conscious or aware of the spiritual energy, then he is in his real and natural state of life. There is one mobile called as Real Me. So you should know, Real Me is servant of Krishna. Everybody wants to be something. I should be real me. I should be myself. Constitutional position. Part and parcel of Krishna. The most blissful personality. Krishna. Just imagine how wonderful it is. Therefore, when one is in his complete knowledge, one ceases all material sense gratification or renounces all kinds of sense gratifying activities. He doesn't like it. Time wasting, watching movies, watching matches. It's a waste of time. What do you gain out of it? Nothing. At least those who are playing, who are acting in the movies, at least they're getting money. They're bewildering people with these concoctions, mental concoctions. What is a movie? It's a presentation of the mental concoctions of the director and producer, who have a goal to make money out of it in the name of entertainment. That's all. The That's all it will do. If you're busy, planning, बस टाइम मिला है, कोई नहीं है हॉस्टल में, एक कोने में बैठकर आज मैं मूवीज देखूंगा. You're wasting, you're cheating yourself. Sometimes actually we feel कुछ मजा होना चाहिए लाइफ में. ठीक है, साधना हो गया, जब वो कितना जप करेगा मैं, हम कंडीशंस हो ले, ज्यादा जप नहीं कर सकता है. That's how the mind tries to cheat us. Prabhupada says whenever you get time, do all Krishna conscious activities. If you have time, chant more. If you have time, read books. If you have more time, play mridanga, sing for the Lord, but do everything centered around the Lord. Then you will be freed from the material energy. I just sent one very nice quote in the ashram group, our temple group. We have been taught by our Guru Maharaj. Prabhupada is telling this. He's saying this in room conversation with Allen Ginsberg. Allen Ginsberg is actually was a singer and some leader of some people high on LSD and all that kind of things. So Prabhupada is saying, we have been taught by our Guru Maharaj. What is that? 24 hours engagement with Krishna. What engagement?
24 hours
with
Krishna.
So Maya has no scope to enter in your mind. माया कहाँ से आती है? एक इच्छा, स्कोर देख लेते हैं, ज्यादा नहीं देखूंगा, क्या हो रहा है, स्कोर तो देख लें, व्हाट इज द स्टेटस. गए किधर, स्कोर देखने के लिए आधा घंटा स्पेंड कर, किसने कितना किया, डिटेल्स. बिकॉज माया इज इन द, it's in English, devil is in the details. You get into details, okay. But before you get into details, a desire has to be there. She always remains aloof. You want to keep Maya aloof, you should keep Krishna in your mind. That's why Krishna says, Man mana, always think. Then another point Prabhupada says here. This is in a lecture. For spiritual realization. What is that? For
Spiritual realization.
This is very important thing. Prabhupada is saying, for spiritual realization, this is a very important thing. What is that? Jigyasa. Jigyasa means inquiry. One who is not inquisitive, for him there is no progress, either spiritually or materially. He wants to find out how to get out of this material world, how to be freed from the dictations of this mind, senses, which are dragging me day and night. He has to have the intense desire to know, inquire. So he goes back to Prabhupada's books and keeps searching. Today this topic, tomorrow some other topic. Absorbing your consciousness, making it Krishna conscious. You came across something, felt something, why am I getting unnecessarily dragged into this thing? What is the cause? Inquiry. Then go back to Prabhupada's books or go to devotees and ask them, Prabhu, what is the reason why a jiva is dragged even if he doesn't want to? Why am I not feeling enthusiastic to do anything? Sometimes no, before Krishna consciousness, ये सेंट लगाएगा, ये लगाएगा, फटे-फटे जीन्स पहनेगा, ये show off this and all that, working very hard to show off to people. After coming to Krishna, बिल्कुल ऐसा, he takes Krishna consciousness wrongly. He becomes one aloo, not interested to do anything. No more show off, ठीक है. But not even wanting to do Krishna's service. sleeping in one corner. Prabhu, what is the value of all these things? Anyway, everything is Maya. No, Krishna conscious activity is not Maya. Krishna conscious activity that will free you from Maya. That's why you see Prabhupada went in modern equipments, aeroplane. Prabhupada traveled by aeroplane. Prabhupada was asked, "You're a sannyasi, you should walk." Prabhupada says, "If I walk, then how will I help you all?" And somebody asked, "Why are you going through the globe with aeroplanes?" Prabhupada says to stop your 84 lakh species movement. Such wonderful statements of Prabhupada. So jigyasa has to be that you have to become inquisitive. Otherwise, you become one vegetable in the in the folk hostel. What is that? Yes, Prabhu. हो गया और कुछ करो प्रभु. You don't have any self-driven this. Everything you want to ask, and once it is over, you are sitting there. प्रभु आप बोलेंगे तो करेंगे. No desire. You have a very strong desire. Then only you will become very dynamic in devotional service. Devotional service nature is dynamic. Always doing something for Krishna. Seeking to do something for Krishna. Why? Because that will please you. Ye Atma Suprasidati. Let's see what Prabhupada says. This is practiced by the yogis who restrain the senses from material attachment. But a person in Krishna consciousness has no opportunity to engage his senses in anything which is not for the purpose of Krishna. Naturally, you are detached. Automatic. Therefore, a Krishna conscious person is simultaneously a sannyasi and a yogi. He is renounced and he is attached. So, yogi means what? Control senses. Sannyasi means he has renounced the fruits of his action, not renounced work. He cannot renounce work. He has renounced the fruit of his work. That's for Krishna. And yogi means control senses. See, both are very simultaneous. So yoga actually means one has to control his senses and engage in the service of Krishna. So we have very positive thing in Krishna consciousness. You should be very happy to come across Prabhupada. Otherwise, many spiritual organizations say, नहीं करने का, कुछ नहीं करना, शून्य, ओम शांति, शांति में रहो, किसी को बुरा मत बोलो, किसी का बुरा मत सुनो. So in the name of spirituality, they are selling sense gratification. Why? After some time, some people become frustrated. वैसे भी कुछ नहीं ऊपर भी शून्य है, इससे अच्छा अपने इधर मजे करें यार, करो मजे. Then they say, once in a year we will go to Guruji. गुरु दक्षिणा देकर मांगेंगे, थोड़ा हमने जो भी गलती की क्षमा कर दो, प्रार्थना कर दी. हाँ वो गुरु भी हाँ थोड़ा डबल मारो. See, this is the name of this is what is going in the name of religion. Bogus. Because Guru is bogus, Shishya is also bogus. What Prabhupada is trying to give us is something very genuine. Very genuine. For that, for genuine thing you have to, जैसे gold चमकता है, वो चमक कैसे आती है पता है? It has to go through the furnace. Diamond चमकता है, but it has to go through cutting and grinding and this and that, because all that is not required for its shine. Its shine has to come out nicely. All that nikalo bhai. All that anartha in our heart, which is sitting down here, all those desires to lord over material nature, to become the master of all I survey, that has to be removed from the heart, not artificially, but by the process of purification. Cheto darpana arjanam. When you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, you're praying to the Lord, my dear Lord, please remove these things so that I can lovingly engage in your devotional service. Love has no condition. There is no condition in love. अभी तो सब कंडीशन, ये लड़की ऐसे दिखेगी तो ये उसको जाकर प्रपोज करूंगा, ऐसे होगी तो ऐसे, सारा ड्रीम गर्ल हम हमारे मन में रखते हैं, मिलता क्या है? समझ गए ना? दिस इज व्हाट्स हैपनिंग. Or we think, I want this, and all those qualities are in 10 girls. You'll go and marry 10 girls. Understood? All the qualities the Jiva is seeking is in Harinam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. What you are seeking is right with you on your tongue. You just have to vibrate Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. All the qualities you are seeking are there. Prabhupada gives the example of iron rod and the fire. Just keep the iron rod in the fire, that's all. गरम होगा, ऐसा गरम होगा, बिल्कुल आग जैसे हो जाएगा. When the soul, the spirit soul is engaged in devotional service of Krishna, he gets the spiritual qualities which is seeking in this material world, which will fulfill his Satchidananda. That's why when you're chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you should be very, very attentive. Very attentive. If you're not attentive, what will happen? Mind will keep on dictating. And the soul will be going with the attention. So that's why it's called a yagna. You know, Harinam yagna, Japa yagna. Japa yagna means what are you sacrificing? You're sacrificing your attention in the service of the Lord to please the Lord. Your attention is only on Harinam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And anybody who does yagna, yagnartha karmanya anyatra lokoyam karma. Tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. He'll become mukta, free from the dictates of the modes of material nature. Okay, let's finish this. The purpose of knowledge and restraining the senses as prescribed in the Gyan and Yoga process is automatically served in Krishna consciousness. Have you understood this part? Automatically is controlling senses and giving up what? Results. Isn't it? If one is unable to give up the activities of his selfish nature, then Gyan and Yoga are of no avail. Do not give up your selfishness. Selfishness for me, for me, for me. That is selfish nature. The real aim is for a living entity to give up all selfish satisfaction and to be prepared to satisfy the Supreme. A Krishna conscious person has no desire for any kind of self enjoyment, is always engaged for the enjoyment of the Supreme. One who has no information of the Supreme must therefore be engaged in self satisfaction because no one can stand on the platform of inactivity. So, if they don't know who the Supreme is, what his nature is, what are they going to do? Self satisfaction. That's all. And this is what's happening in the material world. योगा फोगा करने जा रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं? Sense gratification. All these purposes are perfectly served by the practice of Krishna consciousness. Text number 3. Arurukshor muner yogam karmakaram uchyate yogarudhasya tasyeva shamakaranam uchyate. For one who is a neophyte in the Eightfold Yoga system, work is said to be the means, and for one who has already attained to yoga, cessation of all material activities is said to be the means. So work has to be done, but work for Krishna. And then text number 5, we'll stop at 4, sorry. Yada hinendriyartheshu na karma svanusachyate सर्व संकल्प संन्यासी योगारूढ़स्तदोच्यते. Now, whenever you meet someone talking about yoga, you should show him this verse. What does the verse say? A person is said to have attained to yoga when having renounced all material desires. So you ask him, have you renounced all material desires? You said you are a yogi. Have you renounced all material desires? He neither acts for sense gratification nor engages in fruitive activities for himself, for me, fruitive activities. Purport. When a person is fully engaged in transcendental loving service of the Lord, he is pleased in himself and thus he is no longer engaged in sense gratification or fruitive activities. Otherwise, one must be engaged in sense gratification since one cannot live without engagement. Engagement will take you to sense gratification. You understand sense gratification? Senses. Senses को तृप्त करना. Dictations will come. Tongue will say, खिलाओ खिलाओ खिलाओ. 8 o'clock, खिलाओ. 1 o'clock, खिलाओ. 8 o'clock, खिलाओ. You will keep asking. And those who are addicted to bad habits, cigarette, after every 2 hours, tongue will say, cigarette पिलाओ. Drugs दो. Chai. Arey, there are people I know. Every 2 hours they want chai. I was just asking, my driver is a distributor of milk. So I was telling him, how many liters of milk do you get every day? So he was thinking, I get 4,000 packets. So 4,000, I think, half liter. That is almost how much? 2,000 liters of milk. Then I said, how many you distribute? I said, 500 in the morning, 1,000 my brother distributes. So this 1,500, 2,500 goes to his shop. And I asked, so all that 2,500 gets over? अरे प्रभु हमको बाहर से मंगाना पड़ता है और बेचने के लिए 200-300 और मंगाना पड़ता है. So immediately I said, so many people are drinking tea. He said, yes, Prabhu. People are not drinking milk. Milk is for what? To make tea. Chai. And what is chai? It's nothing but little reduced drug. Caffeine, right? If you take too much caffeine, your body will start shaking. So, थोड़ा slow poison. थोड़ा देते पता चला वो बंदा. That's what is happening. Addiction कैसे होता है? थोड़ा देना. All senses have some addiction, but the most dangerous of all senses is touch. Because it is such a sense, every day नया variety चाहिए, कुछ तो नया चाहिए. खाने में भी जब कुछ मजा नहीं आता है ना, some people will say, quietly go outside and eat it. Because senses are very, it's asati. Asati means unchaste. Tongue is the most unchaste. Prostitute. What is it? Prostitute. Goes on every man she wants to go on. Every taste I should take it. That's why people are fed up. Now they're gradually going to human beings. Not gradually, already started. Human flesh they want to taste. Fetus, aborted fetus are nicely cooked and sold in Taiwan, China. रोंगटे खड़े हुए ऐसे ऐसे खाना खा रहे हैं because tongue is not satisfied. That's why devotee whatever it is I will eat only prasad. उसमें नमक भी नहीं है वो भी खाएगा. उन बाहर जाकर नहीं खाएगा. In the name of eating, I'll not go outside and eat not a single grain that is not offered to Krishna. Some people do what? ये लेकर इधर भोग चढ़ा देगा. खाना किसको है? वो भगवान को भोग चढ़ाएगा, भगवान खाएगा, फिर हम खाएगा. Sense gratification. Motive is sense gratification, not Krishna's satisfaction. Not at all. Krishna कहाँ है? प्रभु जी से एक बार खाएगा तो कर्मा लगेगा. भगवान को भोग चढ़ाएगा तो कर्मा फ्री. महाप्रसाद. So senses control. No. To give up this tendency of eating outside items. How do you give up that? By becoming serious in Krishna. You chant nicely. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Tongue will come under control. Tongue is controlled, belly is controlled, belly is controlled, genitals are controlled. Sex urge will not be there. Otherwise, especially in the night time, these desires suddenly rise. You say nicely, I chanted all day. All day I did not think of women. How come night I am feeling this? Because previous reactions are sitting. Vasanas are there. And they spring so fast, tuck like that. And you are driven into these things. Then finally you think, what did I do? So all these questions were asked by Arjun. Gita is something you should always be moving around. Moment you get some time, please open one verse. Sit and read. Sense gratification is what we have got addicted to. Our addiction is sense gratification. The soul has got addicted to sense gratification. Soul has got addicted. Say you are traveling by train, you are feeding your co-passenger. भूख तुमको लग रही है उसको ले खा खा. You got so addicted, you're thinking by feeding this fella I'll be happy. Somebody comes and slaps you, तू खा फिर तुम खा तू खाएगा तो एनर्जी तुमको मिलेगा ना. So the soul is energyless. Energyless means not getting food at all. So when you take Krishna Prasadam, what happens? The soul also gets energized. Then gradually sense control, even in Prasadam, thoda control. Because if you eat too much, then you don't get up for Mangalarti, you don't get up for Mangalarti, you don't chant on time. Whole day you're dragging Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, and that you're looking here and there. No concentration. Isn't it? Without Krishna consciousness, one must be always seeking self-centeredness or extended selfish activities. But a Krishna conscious person can do everything for the satisfaction of Krishna and thereby be perfectly detached from sense gratification. One who has no such realization must mechanically try to escape material desires before being elevated to the topmost rank of the yoga ladder. That's why it is important to understand Krishna consciousness is the right alternative for the soul. जैसे मदर्स वांट टू गिव दिस समथिंग मच्छर का एक मेडिसिन आता है क्लोरोक्विन आई डोंट नो इफ यू हर्ड नॉट क्लोरोक्विन क्विनिन नहीं नहीं खाने वाला वो बहुत बिटर रहता है बिकॉज आई ग्रोन अप इन ईस्ट अफ्रीका युगांडा सो मेनी मच्छर literally every 6 months somebody is falling sick with malaria so there was something called as chloroquine is very bitter. You give a child, will not take. So what mothers used to do, sweet came better. So child will get attracted. लड्डू he will लपकेगा लड्डू के ऊपर खाते खाते सडनली क्लोरोक्विन भी खा लेगा अंदर जाकर सोचेगा ये क्या है थोड़ा कड़वा ठीक है भाई मीठा तो है so spiritual master acharyas they know we don't want to take medicine but they will give it in such a way you'll be attracted to take the medicine. That's what effective preaching is. Prabhupada says, I cheated all of you. Krishna is a cheater, his devotee is also cheater. What do they cheat you into? Cheat you to become for your welfare. What is the cheating? They brought you to Krishna, they've taken you away from Maya. They're giving you an alternative way. Otherwise, there is no alternatives for outsiders. What is the alternative? सतोगुण रजोगुण तमोगुण बस घूमते रहो इसमें आज चिकन मटन खा रहा है बोला नहीं अभी आई डोंट वांट टू ईट आई विल ईट फ्रूट्स इन सतोगुण में so that's why he's eating but is there a guarantee he will not eat again chicken mutton you ask devotee you give him 5 crores एक चिकन का पीस खाकर दिखाओ you give him 100 crores also not because it's killing other living entity why will he do that नहीं मैं खाकर 100 करोड़ से मैं मुंह स्वच्छ कर कर आ जाऊंगा इतना गंगा जल पीऊंगा शुद्ध हो जाऊंगा no it's a consciousness one has to purify his consciousness so take Krishna consciousness very seriously you'll be able to experience what bliss is spiritual bliss free from the dictates of these modes always seeking service of Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Otherwise, altar, will be closed at 1 o'clock. Then, how do you serve the Lord? Because deities means you have to see. But Harinam, anywhere, always 24/7. Hotline, कभी भी connect हो जाओ. Maya is attacking, immediately start chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Practice this. Simply don't say, practice. Anybody has any questions? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंद।